But now this is, you've connected to the process of building, and you did it through humility.
Right.
To become whole.
Whole.
Because that's what kol means, whole.
Whole and completed.
Yep.
You're wholly completed. Your cup is filled up. You drank the whole bitter cup. You are now resonating to sweet. This is the latter rain. This would be the latter wine. This would be all in love.
Well, you're filling up, cough, because you've been tamed. You're filling up with the teachings of light.
Absolutely.
That's what's making you whole.
Absolutely. So now we're at a place that this is why the Spirit had me look at this.
Okay. To the word thorns?
Thorns and pastures, because
okay.
we have completed again the exact same spelling in between thorns and pastures. Pastures, sorry. Okay? But I thought there...
Oh, because we have the hey noon on the front and the yod mem on the back.
What are you talking about?
Well, you're saying, so thorns has a hey noon on the front. Pastures has hey noon on the front. I'm sorry, the front.
Right.
Hey noon on the front, yod mem on the back. They both have that.
They both have that.
They both have that.
So, but something's going on here. Yes, there's something going on here. There's been an inversion here, and I thought it was a mistake. And I go like, because there's only one occurrence of this word for thorns, and it's in this verse.
So if it's a one occurrence, it means we need to pay attention.
And with pastures, there's two occurrences, and it's the next verse we have to do.
Okay.
And I'm going like, well, what happens? So now go into 5097.
Well, wait a minute.
I know. It's inverted.
It's the same.
No, it's pastures. Pastures.
But it says thorns.
I know. Now go back out. This is what's going on. Now
so this is supposed to be pastures, and it says thorns, and down below it says thorns, and it says pastures.
So they flipped it. Right.
So the people that wrote the verse flipped it upside down.
They flipped it upside down. And this is why
and we would never know it because we aren't digging into the Hebrew to know it.
No one would see this. You'd read it through and you would never know.
Thorns and pastures.
So.
But it's ubekal and ubekal.
Yes. Exactly. Because of the same thing. And this is what's going on, right? And so I looked at this and I went, whoa.
So this is basically showing they turned everything upside down.
They turned everything upside down. And so now we have thorns and pastures. And now this was really interesting, and it's boxed in with completed and completed in the center. Completed on one side,
yep.
And completed in the center.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we already know that what.
And they're connected to each other.
Right.
Hence the vav.
Right. So this.
But it actually starts with the rocks, the rocks that are connected.
Right.
Then a whole to the pastures that are connected to the thorns.
So we got to slow it way down here.
Okay.
I just need to
yep.
Because I need to extract this out. So let's go into thorns first. So just go into 5057.
97? You said 57, it's okay. So we're looking at 5097, which is pastures.
Okay. Yes, I put a 5 in there in mine. Let me change that. Okay. So.
Oh, that's Hallel.
So I'm looking at this word.
Wow.
One occurrence in this verse, and this is it. And now go to 5095.
Oh, wow.
So now we're at a watering place.
To lead or guide to a watering place, to bring to a place of rest.
Right.
And how interesting. Nahal to Nakal,
Right.
the hay to the het.
So now, no, this is where I need to slow down a little bit and explain, because I thought this was, they did this as a mistake. Like, no, the thorn in your side, which we've already talked about in the last teaching, will lead you to the place of rest. Its purpose to be here. The thorn is the same as the pasture. We just need to see it correctly for what it is. And I'll tell you that it's even if you look at this dynamic. Let's go to.
Well, I'm just finding it interesting. The very first occurrence of this specific word has an Aleph Tav added to the front of it.
Right. Okay. So
the beginning and the end.
Beginning and the end. And so this is where we are right now, and this is why this word.
Well, and people would know that as Alpha and Omega, by the way,
and
just
so
Greek.
Well, but no, remember, the reason the Spirit got me up, the word is based off a precipice.
Right.
We're at a precipice.
Okay.
We're at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the beginning.
Yeah.
Because there is no end, because
right.
It can't be. All we're doing.
So it's a new beginning.
It's a new beginning for some, and for others, they're going to have to journey through whatever their revelation is of reality, whatever they.
The revealing of the summation of their total of their ingathering.
This is where we are right now, and so.
So the revealing tells all.
Go back to 5097.
Yeah.
And then go to 5098.
Yeah, but again, I just have to point this out. It has a lamed added on the suffix. We just looked at the word nahal.
Yeah.
It was a single lamed.
Yes.
This is a lamed on the suffix, and every time you see that, it's huge. It's now a teacher of light of Father.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I want you to go to 5098.
I can't stress that enough of how many verses that we've seen.
We need to just spend some time. We're going to mull this over. We're going to crunch this down a little bit. But I want you to see something that's going on right here. So 5098. To growl, to groan.
Well, I'm pretty much sure that we're in that season right now.
But it's more than that, though.
I know it is, but I'm saying in the natural.
So this is one that is risen in the revelation of what is sealed. But if you go extract this out, it really means to roar. And there's one occurrence of this. And it's Proverbs 5:11. And you groan at your final end.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a growl of a lion.
It's a growl of a lion.
And so where am I going now?
Well,
because you said there's only one occurrence, and I'm seeing like 5 or 6 occurrences.
Sorry, the first occurrence, Proverbs 5:11.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I meant the first, not the one. First occurrence in Proverbs 5:11.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just trying to get people a reference. But if you continued on with this, 5099 means to roar, and 5100 means these are the roar. So there's a reason why I'm doing this. Now,
okay.
The Spirit had me going like, extrapolate out, go sideways with this. Okay, now I want you to go to the next word, the pastures, sorry.
Okay, here's the inverted side, which is the thorn bush that they say is the pastures.
Right. So now we have this thorn bush, and there's 2 occurrences of this.
That's so crazy.
And it's in this verse in Isaiah 55:13, and this is what we have to do next. But we're not going there. You can see that, the 2 occurrences.
Yep.
And it says instead of a thorn bush, the cypress.
Berosh.
And that's what we broke down the day before yesterday.
Exactly.
And this is why the Spirit had me up. You need to know what the cypress is. This is what. So, anyways, but we need to now let's go back. So, but now that you're at 5285, now go to, please, 5286. Completely separated, but look what they're on either one. To growl and to roar again.
Yep.
On either side of these 2 definitions. Now this one is a noon ayin resh.
Why, an ayin resh? That is part of the word that means to stir up and awaken.
And you'll look at one occurrence of this, and it's in Jeremiah 51:38. Like young lions, they will growl or they will roar like lions.
Yeah, well, there's that Kaf Peresh again.
Right. So,
which you showed us the young lions, but this is talking about your covering.
This is your covering.
And now, if you notice it, that there's 2 coughs in the front of that, right? You filled your cup and you filled your cup of the 2 teachings.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
And you've been given the power of the fullness of completion, becoming the queen.
Yeah. And we're now we've just jumped into a well, and we're diving to the bottom of it now, going, because this is how fast it goes. This is how fast it works for us. As it starts morphing out from all, you go into one thing, and all of a sudden
it splinters out. I know, because everything's connected to everything.
Everything is connected to everything, exactly, and that's what the spiritual.
That's like when you look at the Hebrew mandala, you see all the lines that are connecting from every letter in every single geometric pattern that is possible, because this is the language of creation. It is connected to all.
Right.
And all means all.
All means all. It's just now fractaled out that we can see it. So now, very interesting. So now we have this inverted thing going on between thorns and pastures. And on either side of both these words, it has the same definition of to roar. Right?
Right.
How interesting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just very... And they're separated by, by a couple numbers. I mean, 5097... and then it's 5285, but they're still boxed in by roar.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some stuff going on here. So if you want to go back to 5095 or 5097, the thorns, and you want to extrapolate out of this, what this is, Nahal, Nahali.
Well, I think Hallel, that's part of the word hallelujah, by the way, means to shine.
Right.
Hey lamed means to shine. So what do we have here? There's hey lamed. So those that are going to shine, rise and shine, Isaiah 60, are those who take the spiritual path of noon.
Right.
Because they've risen their flesh above and beyond the beast nature. They are the ones that will shine.
This is a difficult one to break down, because as you're looking at the definition of what it says, it's going like, well, wait, I got to go down to the other word to find out what's going on.
Well, the good thing is that I'm looking at this, and right here on the one occurrence, I can see the word on the screen.
Right.
I'm highlighting it right now, so you can see that it's noon hey lamed, and we have the hey on the front and the yod mem on the back.
Right.
So we've got the word shine, even though it doesn't show that, it's in the root.
Right.
It means to shine here. And hey noon is on this word, like I said, and hey noon is on the other word.
So we just need to keep in mind that this is not a mistake. I do not believe it's a mistake.
I don't either.
That's why the Spirit got me up going, go look at this. I'm going like, it's easiest to say this. Nope, it's flipped for a reason. Because this is all about resting on the mountain. The ark will rest on the mountain. And this is all about...
This is ascending.
It is about
Allah.
ascending, but it is. We're going to get into the verse here in a second, because we got to break this down. But what's going on here, and what we'll extrapolate out, is this is the same vernacular as going up the mountain as a sacrifice. But what is caught in the thickets and the thorns?
The ram.
The ram.
That's Ayil.
That's Ayil.
Aleph Yod Lamed. So it's a strong leader, teaching shepherd that has the power of love within.
Right. So there's something going on. This is what we're going to break down right now.
And they give that. They give love.
This is the ram in the thicket. And you're going up. Your offering is not a human sacrifice. It's going up the love offering. It was always presented that this is the ram in the thicket. El was in the thicket. This would be a strong leader, is one that has consumed itself in the fire, in the seraphic walk of fire, has been pricked and pierced in the walk of fire through the bitterness of the journey, the sojourn of life, the experience of love, and has now become the completed, and he's now resting in the pastures.
And it's interesting too, because that Semek that we were looking at, the Semek in Paleo-Hebrew, the picture is a thorn. Right? And it means to be hedged in, supported, surrounded, protected, and you have a shield of thorns around you. That's the wedding ring.
Right.
And what did Yeshua get crowned with?
And this is
a crown of
this
thorns.
is a crown of thorns. This is exactly
The
what's
wedding
going
ring.
on. This is the wedding ring, and it's a crown of thorns. Your crown of thorns, and it's in my notes right here.
Sacrificing his lower flesh for the
It's
higher.
all about the sacrifice on putting the heart on the altar,
Yeah.
and having the essence of love coming out of that, realizing that what we're doing is producing we are squeezing. All of us that are seeking right now are rendering love. We're squeezing love out of this confinement field.
Yeah.
Against all odds, we are producing a frequency that is put on the altar, that is raising up and going like, these are mine. Doesn't
Yes.
matter what is going on. They resonate, and they have the essence of pure love.
Right. And this word right here, rise, noon is risen, rise, hallel, and shine.
And I'd even be bold.
Rise and shine right here.
And I'd be bold enough
Isaiah
to say
60,
that this
your
ties
light has
into
come.
to the scent of the rose, which the frequency is 320 hertz. And if you look at Strong's 320,
The end.
the end.
Akarit.
There.
That's so interesting because I've been having this phrase go over and over and over and over in my head for the past week. I keep hearing akarimot, akaritmot, akaritmot, and that is actually a name of one of the Torah cycles to read, and it means after death.
Yeah.
After death there is life.
Yes.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine, and that's what we're going.
Oh
to.
my gosh!
So
now no wonder why.
So the Spirit just gave me that. And
The frequency of the rose, essential oil, is the end.
That's the highest frequency oil they make is the rose, and it's 320 hertz.
Wow.
And I didn't even have that in my notes. I'm like,
Wow.
the Spirit just said, call out 320. It's, okay.
There we go.
So there's the end. So we're at the end.
We're at the end, and then, oh, death, where is its sting?
Now we're going to talk about that.
Gosh.
So go please too, and then we'll just bring this up. We'll read this, and then we'll start the next verse. So now go into the verse. Go into Isaiah 55:13.
In the mechanical translation, it says, instead of a thorn shall come up the cypress tree, instead of a briar shall come up the myrtle tree, and it shall be to, look at that, it's Luya, for a name and a sign of everlasting, and not shall be cut off. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Look at all those lameds.
Yeah.
Lamed Yod He Vav, Lamed Shem,
Okay.
Lamed sign signal beacon.
So we just went.
Miracle.
Yes, this is a miracle. So now we've just
Oh
went
my
everyone's whistle. So if you don't want to go
gosh.
into the next little segment, don't go.
Well, there's Hadass. There's Hadassah.
It's Hadassah. Yes, it is.
Hadass,
But
the
Karen,
murder
just
tree.
hold on. I know you're running like a racehorse.